Hi, good morning everybody. Today we are going to start our second lesson in chemistry. Okay. The chapter name is acids, bases and salt. Hello. Your former lesson we studied chemical reactions and equations. So there you studied so many chemical substances and their chemical combinations and so on. Here also you have to study some of the compounds, chemical compounds. So most of the chemical compounds we can divide them into acid nature, basic nature, also in salt form. So we have all the chemical substances. Can be divided into three groups. First of all, acid group or acidic material. Second one, basic material. And third one is the salt form. Now we are going to take them one by one. So acid. You know what is an acid? Acids are substances having which taste? Sour taste. So acid possesses sour taste. What about the basic material? Basic material possesses bitter taste. So acids are sour in taste, while bases are bitter in taste. Then what is that salt? Salts are the product formed when an acid base react together. That reaction you studied in the former class, neutralization reaction. So we have acid, bases and salt. Now you have to study some examples for the acids. We know acid form, that is hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid, then nitric acid, acetic acid. All these are acids. And for bases, like sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide, calcium hydroxide, then magnesium hydroxide, and so on. Salt form. One common salt, that is no sodium chloride, NaCl. Then potassium chloride, magnesium chloride, and so on. Salt form. Now study or the chemical combinations of some acids. First one, hydrochloric acid, that is HCl. Hydrochloric acid is HCl. Then second one, sulfuric acid, there is H2SO4, sulfuric acid. Then third one, nitric acid, HNO3. So these are the examples for general acids: hydrochloric acid, sulfuric acid and nitric acid. Now take 1 minute to study the chemical combinations of these acids: HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. Now take some examples for bases. First one, sodium hydroxide, NaOH. Then potassium hydroxide, KOH. Then magnesium hydroxide, MgOH twice. Magnesium hydroxide. I hope these things are known to you. But you have to study the chemical combinations of these acids and bases very fast. For bases, sodium hydroxide, potassium hydroxide and magnesium hydroxide. Okay. Now let me ask, these acids or bases, what they have in common? What they have in common? Now take the examples for acids one by one. HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. That is, okay, HNO3. Can you find any common character here or common ion here? Any common ion? HCl, H2SO4 and HNO3. Yes, here you can see one element, the ionic form is common in all acids. What is that? Hydrogen. Hydrogen ion. Okay. So, every acids or in all acids, they give H plus ions or hydrogen ions. In the case of base, what is that? NaOH, KOH, MgOH. So, these possess OH group as a common one. OH group as a common one. This OH group is called hydroxide. Hydroxide ion. So, acids possess H plus ion or hydrogen ions in common. Bases, they possess hydroxide ion or OH group as a common ion. Next you have to look some other properties of acids. There is action of litmus paper. You know what is a litmus paper? They are blue and red in color. Blue and red in color. In your lower classes studied, when a blue litmus paper is dipped in acidic solution, what happens? The blue color is changed to red. That is acid medium. Acid medium. And what happens? The blue litmus in basic medium? No change. Okay. But red litmus paper, the color of this paper is changed in basic medium from red to blue. So here, blue litmus can be used as an indicator to know the presence of an acidic medium or a basic medium. You can use as an indicator. So, one more name is there, indicator. Indicators are the substances used to identify the presence of an acid or a base. Litmus is an example for that indicator. And there are some other indicators which are also used in lab. Their name is olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators. Olfactory indicators. That is, these show some special odor. Odor means smell. Smell in acidic medium and basic medium. For example, vanilla essence. Vanilla essence. It has a pleasant smell. Pleasant smell in acid medium. Acid medium. But no smell in basic medium. In basic medium, no smell. Okay. Now recall all these things with first. Okay. So now we studied the basic natures of the acids, bases, and salt. Okay. Now recall the general or the chemical combinations of acids and bases once again that we need later. In acids, for example, HCl or H2SO4, it possesses an H plus ion, H plus ion or hydrogen ion. So when an acid is dissolved in water, H2O. H2O actually HOH. HOH. So when an acid dissolved in water, you get H plus ions plus this HOH or H2O. So they form hydronium ion, H3O plus ion. Its name is hydronium ion. Hydronium ion. So all acids, when they dissolve in water, they form H3O plus ion or H plus ions in aqueous medium or in liquid or in water medium. Okay. So bases, they form hydroxide ion. Similarly, acids form H plus ions or H3O plus ions in aqueous medium. So this is general characteristic of acids and bases. So actually acids are the substances who donates H plus ions. So acid is a substance which can donate or which can give H plus ions. So what is base? Base is a chemical substance which can donate hydroxide ion or OH minus ions. Okay. So that's all about acids and bases. Hello, take acid once again, then base, then salt. So sometimes this acid is very strong or weak. That is based on the concentration of H plus ions. Based on the concentration of H plus ions, acid may be strong or weak. So we have two types of acid, strong acid and weak acid. Like that, strong base and weak base. This is based on the concentration of hydroxide ion, OH minus ions. Strong base and weak base. And these acids sometimes we call mineral acids. Mineral acids. It's a mineral acids because it was obtained from minerals. Minerals. Obtained from minerals. or the next type of acid, that is organic acid. Organic acid. Organic acid means acid obtained from plants. Obtained from plants. Organic acid. And these types of acid, that means HCl, H2SO4 and so on, they are called mineral acids. Organic acid. Can you give an example for that organic acid? It is CH3COOH. This compound is not you. It is our acetic acid or vinegar. CH3COOH. So remember, acids may be strong or weak, like that. This may be strong or weak, based on the concentration of H plus ions and based on the concentration of hydroxide ions. Okay. And now we can recall all that things once again. First of all, acid, then base, salt. Acid, sour taste, base means bitter taste. And also they gave H plus ions in aqueous medium, base gives hydroxide ions in aqueous medium. And salt are the compound formed between the reaction between acid and base. And some examples for the NaCl, NH4Cl, KCl and so on. Salt. Okay. So it's all about our today's class. Now it is time waiting here. So I'm going to wind up the class. Thank you.